On Wednesday, we had HSBC's technical analysis team throwing up what they're calling their ultimate warning signal. They sent out a note to clients released early that morning. It was put out by Murray Gunn, the head of the technical analysis for HSBC, and it said that he had become put on red alert for an imminent sell-off in stocks given the price actions over the past couple weeks. Now, he uses a type of technical analysis that they call the Elliott wave principle, which tracks alternating patterns in the stock market to discern investors' behavior and possible next moves. Now, in late September, Gunn had said the stock market and the moves in it looked eerily similar to those just before the 1987 stock market crash. Now, here recently, it has been highlighted just a few days ago, the same thing, that it is heading in that direction, looking the same way it was then. They have moved now from an orange alert status into a red alert status. And they're saying that there is intense selling pressure as the market has moved from the lows where it was to going even lower, with people just constantly wanting to sell off. Now, what he was looking at in eyeballing was the Dow and the S&P, and he had stated that the averages, if they were to fall below 17,992 for the Dow, or if the S&P 500 were to dip under 2,116, there would be trouble. Now, they just closed here recently, the S&P at 2,132, above the 2,116 he was warning about. And with the S&P, or the Dow had closed at 18,098, just above the 17,992 threshold that they're talking about. Now, when it comes to these scenarios, time and time again, we've heard the warnings of a potential stock market crash, that there's patterns and signals being sent out that show that there's going to be something going down. We've also been shown that companies like Deutsche Bank, DB Bank, have been manipulating the gold and silver and the precious metals in the markets this whole time. And they're being dragged into court over it. Other guys resigning left and right because they see where this is going. Once they get dragged into court, names are going to start to drop, if not bodies, in this, knowing how these cartels work. And that's exactly what they are. And they've been siphoning off billions and trillions off the people. And at this point, the signals are there that it's set up for another collapse, a possible collapse, if it dips so low. Now, when it comes to printing money, they can constantly just keep printing money and printing money and printing money like they have been. It's no secret. The thing that would really hurt the economy is if there was a sell-off or a removal of money, a massive amount that they could not fill and not put a Band-Aid on, so to speak. That's why I was talking, if Saudi Arabia was to pull out all their money, like was threatened, it could potentially, especially at a point like this when you're this close, one huge chunk gets taken out at the right time, it could send it over the top. And to me, it's all timing. They will keep this machine and all this going, their huge scheme here, until the gig's up, until they can't do it any longer. There may be signals and signs right now, in my own personal opinion, but I'm not so sure that this is going to happen here this week. He had stated that if it stayed above this, things may stabilize. But at this point, like I said, at any given time, if anyone else wants to start selling off en masse or pull their money out en masse, it's going to have the same ripple effect. Thing is who's going to put that gaping hole into the economy that's not going to be able to be plugged. Now, I think they've got that all plotted out, obviously, and drawn out here. To me, it's going to be when many of these people are feeling the pressure of the gig is up. Nonetheless, that's the warning that's been put out here. But believe it or not, their team issuing a red alert in terms of this, and we'll just have to sit back and see what happens from here. And as far as Mr. Gunn and what they're putting out, we'll have to make note of what they're saying here with these alerts, because over time, if they're wrong, you have to make note of that. So we'll see. I'll continue to update with information on this. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, Dabu 777 for Underground World News. We're going to be discussing updates to all kinds of different stuff, any breaking events as well. And also make sure to check out our recent sponsor here at the Essential Drugstore. They're there so you guys can stock up on any medicine you need without a prescription. You're talking blood medicine, heart medicine, insulin for diabetes, all those things. It's there to serve as an avenue if you guys need it. I will leave links, and until next time, this has been Dabu 7. Much love, y'all.